Now let's talk about one issue that has been trending in Nigerian social media space, which is air rage. It happened with K1 The Ultimate. It's now happening with Comfort and Ibom Air. It happened with K1 The Ultimate and Value Jet, and Comfort and Ibom Air. So air rage, many people don't know what air rage is because this is just coming up in Nigeria. So air rage is any aggressive, any violent behavior or any unruly behavior towards your fellow passengers or aircrew members on any aircraft. So it's not something to be, it's not something we just take lightly. It has both physiological effects, both psychological effects, and financial effects on passengers and the aircraft itself. So, talking about air rage, let's look at air rage in different countries. So first of all, in United States, if you are involved in any form of air rage whatsoever, physically, you are shouting, you are yelling whatsoever, you may be fined up to 25,000 US dollars, or you may be given an extended stay in prison. In Canada, the captains, the pilot in charge, they are called peace officers, and under the criminal code, they are given a special authority to arrest you if you misbehave on airline. They could arrest you at any point in time if there is any form of unruly behavior on their aircraft. And in Korean Air, let me just also bring this one to you. In Korean Air, the crew member are given one special type of stun gun. So if there's any form of aggression or any form of violent behavior, they can actually shoot you with that stun gun ASAP. In this KLM, if there's any form of unruly behavior, you could be banned from the air from flying on their plane for 5 whole years. When I saw, especially this particular, the K1 The Ultimate, that one is, we'll talk about that one later. But when I saw this issue of between Comfort and Ibom Air, I was quite shocked. Like, I was shocked, to my bone marrow. First of all, now let's look at the causes of air rage, as it concerns Nigeria. Now, first of all, is inefficiency of airport staff. Let's start from there. Now, let me give you a personal experience I had, at the airport in Newcastle. So I was flying from Newcastle to London. I went to Newcastle for a particular conference/exam. So at the airport in Newcastle, I bought this Dior Sauvage, the 200 mils own. You know how big it is. So I was at the airport in Newcastle. So that queue where you are passing through the queue, they'll give you one transparent bag to put all like your perfume, your liquid and whatnot. So I was at the, let me just call it checkpoint. So I was right at the checkpoint. So the dude that was going through our stuff saw this 200 mils Dior Sauvage thingy. So I was like, oh mate, sorry, we cannot allow you to pass through this place. This is 200 mils. You're only allowed to carry less than 100 mils. And I was like, this one is new now. I just bought it. There's nothing. You can see it's still packed. You can actually, if you want to open it, you can open it. If you want to test it, you can test it. He was like, oh, sorry, mate. The rule is the rule. Is the airport policy. I can't let you pass this point. Blah blah blah. This. My dear, I had to comport myself. First of all, I was holding Nigerian passports. What can happen if they detain me? Who is going to save me? Is it Nigerian embassy or what? So I had to respect myself. The only thing I was asking them is, okay, how can I retrieve this? Because it's quite expensive. So how can I get this thing back? They say, okay, it's fine. So they gave me a number, they gave me some documents that I could use to retrieve it, and probably maybe someone in Newcastle could get it for me, then post it through Real Mail to London. So I said, okay, I respected myself. So what happened between K1 The Ultimate and Value Jet? The people to blame are the airports, the airport staff. First of all, why would you allow someone with a liquid, probably more than 100 mils, past that checkpoint? Why would you allow the pilot pass that checkpoint? Now everybody is blaming the pilot. For the issue of Comfort and Ibom Air, I think I will blame it on that, that urge for Nigerians to disrespect, constituted authorities and disrespect the law. Now you have been asked to turn off your phone. Those things are given. If any airplane, no matter where you are, no matter the country you are in Congo, you are in the United States of America, if you board any airplane, you have to turn off your phone. You are not in a private jet. You are not in your personal private jet. You are not in a military aircraft. You have to turn off your phone. That is just the way it is. But because probably you have made a couple of millions, or probably you have one politician as your friend, And so all of a sudden you are not a big girl, you are not a big boy. You are asking, do you know who I am? They did not talk to you politely. They are supposed to now kneel down and worship you before you turn your phone off. Well, I just heard this morning that Comfort has been remanded in Kirikiri prison. Well, that's one of the consequences of air rage. You might be banned. If, in the United States, in England, if you have any issues with the police, if your body ever touch prison, it's going to affect your ability to get a job when you are out. It's going to reflect on your DBS, it's going to reflect on your criminal record check. But good news for Comfort is Nigeria. She can actually get a job anywhere, in a retail store, in anywhere, even she can actually even get a government job because there's no proper criminal record check. Anyways, all I have to say is, in summary, if anybody is considering to have this kind of behavior again towards airport staff or towards crew member or an aircraft, please stop it. The world is watching, please.